The guy got paid. Cowboys tweeted just the 4 emojis here. A lot of angles to this one.
That's it.
Brandon, your reaction to Dak's deal this morning.
Yes, the kid from Houghton, Louisiana, then went on to play ball at Mississippi State. Country boy. If you don't know where he's from, look it up. I mean, there's literally nothing there. And this kid goes on to get drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the 4th round. 2016, Tony Romo goes down. He now steps up and he throws 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 104 passer rating, quarterback passer rating. Lights out. 2017, that was that sophomore slump. He comes out, throws 13 interceptions off of 22 touchdowns. 2018, Nick Wright words, just a okay year. Then 2019, he lights it up. Almost 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. And then this year, almost 2,000 yards in 6 games, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 100 quarterback rating. Congratulations to Dak Prescott. I mean, this is the thing that we all look for when we make it to this level, is that security. You know, when you're 6 and 7 years old, you dream about playing in the National Football League. You dream about buying your mom a home, and obviously we know Dak's story there. We dream about that security, Nick. So for him to finally get that done, and I look at that picture, he and his brother Tad, after the call came in and they signed the deal, them embracing. That's not just, oh, we got the deal. That is them thinking about years of all of the emotions and everything that they've gone through as a family, and what Dak has gone through, and what he's gone through last year. So it just takes me back to when I signed my deal, Nick, and everything that went through my mind. This is a emotional time. This is a time to celebrate, and there's so much going on. So hats off to Dak and the Dallas Cowboys for finally getting it done.
Well, I'm happy for Dak. I'm happy for his family. Brandon alluded to it. He's dealt with some family tragedies in his life, and for him and his brother to be able to share this moment is special, I'm sure. My reaction was, for the first time in 20 years, we have a precedent-breaking American sports contract. This is the best contract any player in any American sport has gotten in relation to his peers since A-Rod signed with the Rangers. Kevin Garnett broke the NBA model in 1997 with 6 for 126. A-Rod remade the Major League Baseball model with 10 for 252 in the year 2000. And Dak Prescott just remade the NFL model. You might say, Nick, didn't Mahomes get 10 for 450? He did. This contract is better, and I can prove it to you. It's better for Dak, that is, by a country mile. Show all the records Dak Prescott's new contract broke, because the 4 for 160 only tells part of the story. $66 million direct deposited into his account the moment he signs. That's an NFL record. $75 million in year 1, cash compensation. That's an NFL record. I know it says $126 million guaranteed. That's for injury. $95 million fully guaranteed, no ifs, ands, or buts. That's an NFL record, and it really does become $126 million guaranteed, because the only way he doesn't get the 126 is if they cut him after 1 year, which would mean they would have paid him $95 million for 1 year of football. And that final line, Wilds, forget the no trade, no tag. His agent, Todd France, did a brilliant final maneuvering. They are going to tag Dak Prescott today and then sign him to this deal. That means he will have been franchise tagged twice. So not only will the Cowboys not be allowed to franchise tag him, he will never be able to be franchise tagged again. It's in his contract, they can't do it, and no team has ever franchise tagged a guy a third time because the salary that goes along with it is exorbitant. So Dak Prescott essentially gets $125 million fully guaranteed, plus true and clear free agency if he wants it 4 years from now, Wilds. It's the best deal for a player anyone has ever signed in NFL history. That's what it was.
You know what else, Nick? It's a great deal for the Cowboys because The entire NFC is filled with question marks around the team's quarterback. There's only a handful of teams that can sit back and say, you know what, for the next couple years, we feel confident that we have the quarterback of our future. The Packers feel that way? Barely. If Aaron Rodgers is not saying like, I don't know what's going on. But we'll let the Packers say they feel that way. The Bucks feel that way, but they also have a quarterback who might play when he's darn near 50 years old. The Rams all of a sudden are like, okay, we feel like that from now on. And Kyler, and that's it. Now you can add Dak to that list. But every other team in the NFC has a big question mark when they look down the road. Who's our quarterback? And one of the reasons I think this got done, Nick, is because we saw 3 franchise quarterbacks in our, collective lifetimes. That we saw Troy. We had great memories of Troy. Then the Cowboys went into the wilderness, and there was a lot of quarterbacks, and no one was really that franchise guy until Romo. And then the opposite thing happened. Romo just passed the torch to Dak, and Dak started every game until he got hurt. He's going to come back 100% and keep the franchise moving forward. The question, Nick, is what is success for this contract? Do you feel like getting to a Super Bowl would be success? Does he have to raise a Lombardi trophy? For me, one of our big contracts a few years ago, like Matt Ryan, you got to the Super Bowl. I consider that a success. Are you a Super Bowl or bust guy?
Well, listen, for Dak, success is signing it. For the Cowboys, I would argue coming a game shy of the Super Bowl would be success because they haven't done that in a quarter century. You look around the NFC, and I'm going to do this off the top of my head, but I think it's right. In the last 20 years, every team in the NFC has played in a Super Bowl except for Washington and Detroit. And Minnesota, pardon me. Minnesota did come a game away. The Cowboys, in the last 25 years, haven't even been to a conference championship game. So they're one of 4 teams in the conference that has not even been able to say we're a game away from being a game away. So I think what success is for the Cowboys, Brandon, is dominating this division, constantly being in the discussion, and hey, maybe getting a good run one year. But what this guarantees is they do not enter the quarterback wilderness that Wildes was talking about, which they were in between Aikman and Romo for the better part of 15 years.
Yeah, and this deal sets up this organization to really embrace success for years to come. And resident GM, I'm convinced now, after seeing you masterfully break down this contract, I'm like, God dang, Nick Wright, he really knows his stuff. I mean, you're giving us details that nobody else is talking about. Well, his agent, Todd France, the way he did this, he put this team in a position. Oh, it's the researcher.
Oh my God.
No, but here's another thing,
Nick,
that when it comes to this contract.
First of all, hold on real quick before you get to the other thing. No, listen, Wildes, I don't ever say to you that's Wildes' joke writer. Don't try to take my corner. The researcher lives up here, buddy. Okay,
no,
sure,
but it's
sure.
brilliant.
Go ahead, Brandon.
It's brilliant.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's brilliant how you broke it down. But the other thing that we should be talking about as well is, if they didn't get this deal done, he would have counted for $37 million on the cap.
That's right.
And I think what is the cap at 180 this year? So now he accounts for $2 million, and it gives them an opportunity to go fix that terrible defense. So when you talk about how this is the best deal we've ever seen in sports, when you really get into the nitty-gritty of it, we also need to know that he put himself in position and put this team in position to go get other guys so they can be successful for years to come. Great job.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.